Hi everyone. I just needed to share the story with you all, just, to get this out there and make sure no one else gets hurt like I did. So, I guess it all started when I was at a party. One of my friends just dragged me over. I'm not really a party type of person, and I'm really introverted and shy. I wasn't really talking to anyone at first, but then Laci Green happened to be there, and she started talking to me, and it was really easy for me to talk to her because I recognized her from her YouTube channel, and it was really easy for me to just, strike up a friendly conversation. And she seemed really nice at first, but then she started to pressure me to drink, and I hate alcohol. I never drink, but just Laci Green wouldn't take no for an answer. She just said, "Have a drink, it's a party, have fun, just take one drink, it won't hurt." Just over and over again. She wouldn't take no for an answer, so I finally gave in. I had a few drinks because, she practically forced me to. And it wasn't long after that that I got really drunk, and she lured me into a room, and I felt really weak and sick. And this is really hard for me to admit. It's really embarrassing. But she pulled my pants down and she fisted me. I actually asked her to fist me, but I was drunk. I didn't know what I was doing and what was going on. And I just wanted to share this with you all just so no one else gets hurt like this and rape-fisted by Laci Green. So Laci Green just made a video about false rape accusations, and I'm going to avoid getting too technical here with statistics because that's not the point of this video, and that's not even the point of Laci Green's video. What she's trying to insinuate here is that rape victims should be believed without any evidence, and she's trying to convince you that this is a rational means of thinking because she can pull statistics out of her ass. So I'm just going to go through her video and rebut her claims point by point.
Have you ever worried that someone was lying about rape? Every single time a woman comes forward about having been abused by a beloved movie star, musician, TV star, YouTubers, that star's fans immediately accuse her of lying.
Okay, so it's clear what's going on here. Laci Green is trying to insinuate that the only reason fans of these celebrities are accusing the supposed rape victims of lying is because of sexism, a male-dominated, misogynist culture where women aren't trusted, which is absolute bullshit. Fans of these celebrities defend their favorite celebrities not because they're men, but because they like them. If you like and adore someone, you don't want something bad about them to be true. Michael Jackson fans, for instance, didn't want the rape allegations against him to be true, and they might not have been true. It was never proven in a court of law, but are you going to accuse Michael Jackson fans of being pedophile child rape supporters? Well, why not? You're so quick to accuse fans of other celebrities of being sexist rape enablers, and it's pretty obvious why Laci Green can't be consistent with her logic, beliefs, and convictions. It's because if she used consistent logic, that would defeat her own arguments. Laci Green has an incredibly biased viewpoint, a viewpoint which is completely illogical, and in order to promote her agenda, she has to be a dishonest hypocrite who constantly makes contradictions and exceptions. What I found especially interesting in Laci Green's video is that she used Toby Turner as an example to help prove her point. Now, the reason Toby Turner fans might have defended him against these rape allegations is because they're his fans, they like him, they don't want these rape allegations to be true, but as more of the story becomes exposed, it's starting to seem more and more unlikely that Toby Turner ever raped anyone. For starters, none of the women he supposedly abused or raped ever went to the police about anything. Their claims are, at least in my opinion, quite dubious, and Jaclyn Glenn shared her story about dating him, and she, as a woman, cast doubt on these rape allegations.
So it's hard for me to imagine a situation where a girl was saying, "No, I don't want you," and him being like, "Too bad." Like, it just doesn't make sense, because like that ruined it for him every time with us. As far as him being kind of aggressive and ripping off clothes, yeah, I've experienced that. It's kind of one of the things that he does. I don't think that he's doing it maliciously. I think he is thinking that the person he's doing it to probably likes it, and unless you express otherwise, he will continue to think that. I've never said no and been forced to do anything, ever.
Okay, so that proves it, right, Laci? Jaclyn Glenn must be a sexist rape enabler who doesn't believe women who make rape claims. Or does using any amount of logic or critical thinking skills allow someone to reasonably cast doubt on these allegations? And this is the fundamental problem with Laci Green's argument. She is trying to convince you that having doubt, being skeptical, and demanding evidence that something has happened is not only unreasonable, but skepticism is also sexist.
There are men's groups online that claim that women lie about rape 90% of the time. A sheriff in Idaho very recently claimed that they don't need a better system for rape kits which collect evidence because most victims are liars.
Well, Laci, there are feminists who claim they want to beat men to death and that the act of sex itself is anti-feminist. So, congratulations, let's give you a big round of applause. You can find bigots online. That means all of society hates women and everyone's against you, right?
And I mean, look, couldn't you or me or anybody in the world just make up a rape for attention to get revenge out of jealousy, as Toby Turner's mom posted on Facebook? Yeah, you could totally do that. But would you do that? And how often does that actually happen?
Now, Laci Green reluctantly acknowledges that false rape claims do happen, and they are often made up for attention, jealousy, and revenge, as may be the case with Toby Turner. Jaclyn Glenn did admit that he cheated on a lot of girls and hurt their feelings, but he's a man, and these are women making rape claims against a man. So there's no way they could be lying, and Laci Green is about to pull statistics out of her ass to prove that there's no way they could possibly be lying. Clear example of feminist doublethink.
The FBI states that between 2 and 8% of rape reports are false, and even that 2 to 8% statistic is deceptive. It includes reports where someone accidentally identified the wrong person, reports that are thrown out because of inconsistent details, but it is a well-known fact amongst victimologists that trauma affects your memory, and that 2 to 8% includes survivors who recanted. Someone could take it back because they were lying, sure, but much more commonly, they take it back because they're being pressured to take it back, or because they've decided they'd rather just not deal with it. So what does this mean? It means that malicious, actually false reports and allegations are pretty rare.
So Laci Green first pulls up a bullshit FBI statistic, points out why it is bullshit, and then claims, see, false rape claims rarely ever happen because there's no accurate way to judge how often they happen. The truth is, we have no real idea how often false rape claims actually occur. They could happen very rarely, or they could happen half the fucking time, but the honest answer is, no one really knows how often they occur. But here you are, misrepresenting research and intentionally being dishonest. Unless you're going to admit you're stupid, only a stupid person would come to this idiotic conclusion. So are you just stupid, or are you an incredibly dishonest person who has an agenda to push?
And yet, doubting someone, calling them a liar when they come forward, is extremely common.
Using skepticism and rational thinking is incredibly common. Laci Green's worst nightmare.
For one, most perpetrators aren't greasy, creepy guys who hang out in the shadows. They're just regular people in our lives. When fans, friends, family, coworkers find out that someone that they know and love did something terrible, it can be really hard to grapple with and accept, and instead, they choose to deny it.
Okay, so you start the video off by claiming that sexism is the reason people don't believe rape claims, and then you go on to say that more complicated interpersonal matters make rape claims harder to believe, which is an argument that I used against you. Another clear example of feminist doublethink. They'll just say whatever they think helps their argument in that particular moment. Logical consistency makes it harder to promote their agenda.
Sometimes the perpetrator even goes so far as to say, I didn't do it. They're lying. This affirms people who don't want to believe that the sexual assault happened.
This is one of her more stupid arguments. So what are you saying, Laci? That if someone accused you of rape, you wouldn't call them a liar? I just accused you of rape, so I guess if you try and defend yourself and accuse me of lying, I guess that proves you're a rapist? Oh wait, I forgot. I'm making a rape claim against a woman. You see, feminists like Laci are so sure no one would ever accuse them of rape, they never think twice about how these ideas they're putting forward could affect them. It makes it so much easier to ruin someone's life and reputation when there's no worry of someone using that same tactic against you.
There are a lot of people, particularly in the States, who believe that in order for a rape to be real, you have to have reported it. And in order for that report to be true, a court must convict them as guilty.
And let's all give you another big round of applause. You're smart enough to figure out that just because someone didn't get convicted of rape, that doesn't mean the rape never happened. We're all smart enough to figure that out, Laci. Maybe the reason you got so many dislikes on this video is because you talk to everyone as if they're as stupid as you are.
Now, in reality, about 68% of victims of sexual sexual crimes don't report, and only 2% of rapists ever see a day in jail.
Now we're back to pulling more statistics out of her ass and misrepresenting data. Okay, not all claims of sexual assault or rape actually get reported to the police, and very few accused rapists actually go to jail. What does any of that mean, Laci? Toby Turner's accusers never went to the police, but it's likely that they made their stories up, and on the other hand, I'm sure there's a lot of legitimate cases of rape that couldn't get a conviction just due to inadequate evidence. Again, we don't know how many false rape claims there are, but you're back to using your pseudo-feminist logic where, because we don't know how many false rape claims there are, that must mean virtually all rape claims are legitimate. And since very few accused rapists end up in jail, that means we need to destroy everyone's life and reputation if they're accused of rape and not found guilty.
Then there are myths about how a real victim would act. In reality, there's no one response to sexual assault. Different people handle it in lots of different ways.
That may be true, Laci, but the best way is to immediately go to the police and give them all the evidence they need as soon as possible. That makes it not only easier to convict an actual rapist, but it also makes it more likely for people to believe your story. I understand that being raped is a traumatic incident, but here you are trying to come up with more excuses to believe supposed victims without adequate evidence.
Another myth when it comes to men is the belief that men can't actually be raped.
Oh good, you brought up the fact that men can be raped too. This doesn't validate all of the bullshit arguments you made before, and now you have to admit that you raped me.
Lastly, one of the sneakiest and I think most pervasive reasons why people don't believe survivors is that most survivors are women.
Not only is this just your own biased, speculative opinion, but literally the last argument you made directly contradicts this. You just said a lot of people don't even believe a man can get raped by a woman, and then you say the reason most people don't believe rape victims is because they're women. And when women do make rape claims, usually most people are on their side, including the fucking media. The Rolling Stones had to apologize after accusing the fraternity Phi Kappa Psi of an alleged gang rape, which turned out to be a complete lie. And because people blindly believed these rape claims, these people nearly had their lives and reputations destroyed. So how the hell can you sit there and claim that a lot of people don't even believe that men can get raped in the first place, and then claim a lot of people don't believe rape claims because the victims are women? Again, it's clear that you are intentionally being dishonest and coming up with any argument, no matter how inconsistent, baseless, and ridiculous it is, to support your agenda.
False reports are illegal, and they're typically taken pretty seriously when they surface.
This is just more complete dishonesty from Laci Green to push her agenda. In the US, false rape claims are treated as a misdemeanor, not a felony, and most women are not jailed if found guilty. The UK is one of the few nations where false rape claims actually carry a severe penalty, which is perverting the course of justice, which carries a maximum of life imprisonment, and in Australia, it's rare to prosecute women for false rape claims, except in the most egregious circumstances where the accused man spent time in custody. And despite false rape claims destroying lives and even leading to some men committing suicide, there are women's groups trying to reduce the severity of the offense. And what do you think Laci's response to all of this would be?
Because ultimately, in this fight, we're fighting for justice for everyone. So we need to pay attention in the rare moments that this happens to address them, to better understand them. And we do a whole lot of talking about false reports, which is why we also need to talk about the reality that sexual assault accounts are nearly always true.
And her best response to dealing with the very real problem of false rape claims is ignoring the fact that they largely go unpunished, and she keeps trying to drill into your head her own personal opinion that they very rarely happen, which of course she has no evidence for.
How men are far more likely to be sexually assaulted than to be falsely accused.
This is another dishonest and diversionary tactic that Laci is using. Yes, men are more likely to be victims of sexual assault or rape than to be falsely accused of sexual assault or rape. But guess who's more likely to be falsely accused of sexual assault or rape? Men! This is just a form of red herring. She's trying to divert the argument so that she doesn't have to deal with the fact that it is completely illogical to believe someone without evidence. Even if she is being genuine and she actually cares as much about male sex abuse victims as she does about women, that's not the issue here. The issue is men are being falsely accused of rape, and we should presume people to be innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, and we need to prosecute women who make false rape claims claims in order to protect men from false rape claims. If Laci actually cared about getting justice for everyone, she'd agree with this. But she doesn't, and that's because she is a pseudo-feminist, man-hating bigot. The ideas that she is promoting don't give equal rights and treatment to everyone, they just give one group more power and control over another. So everyone, please spread the word that Laci Green raped me, like this video because Laci Green raped me, share this video because Laci Green raped me, tell all of your friends that Laci Green raped me, and of course, go and confront Laci Green and tell her she's a rapist.
What a relief! When will this poisonous product cease? This is another public service announcement. You can believe it or you can doubt it. Let us begin now with the cow. The way it gets to your plate and how.